welcome to Live Interactive English. Hello everyone, I'm Mike.
And I'm Sam.
And today we are going to be visiting, well, not one of the happiest places in the world, but one of the most interesting places. I mean, if you like fish, and you like seeing a lot of them, and you like, they're dark, they're kind of calm and relaxing, I find, and they don't smell as bad as the land version. Yes. An aquarium! We're visiting an aquarium. This is a funny word because you can use this for like a zoo for fish, which is what we're talking about, but you could also use it for that glass tank you have in your living room or in your home with a few fish swimming around in it, but that's just it. It's nothing big and it's all yours, but that could also be a fish tank.
Yes,
right? But here, we're visiting the place. It's like a zoo for fish. Do you like an aquarium?
I do. I really like the aquarium because I like how many different types of fish you get to see. I like that they put little facts about the fish. I like all of that part.
Yep.
The things that I don't like as much about it is that, you know, some of the aquariums have bigger animals like dolphins and whales and things like that.
Yeah.
And it's just not big enough for them.
That's true. Many of them are changing, right? I think a lot of them have gotten rid of the killer whales, the orcas, which they should definitely not have. I think even dolphins are becoming rarer and rarer. There's a great aquarium in Vancouver where I go when I'm visiting my family. I think they have seals there who do a little show, and they try to get them to show their skills in a natural way. I think they're kind of balancing a ball and jumping through a hoop. They don't do that kind of circus stuff anymore. They shouldn't. But then again, even if you don't like that, or if you visit a smaller aquarium, seeing the fish in the tanks and learning all about life under the sea is a fascinating thing to do. So if you're in the mood and you like that kind of idea, visit an aquarium. But before you do that, you have to buy some tickets. And that's what we're going to be doing in our dialogue, starting right now. Amy and Ben are discussing which aquarium tickets to buy.
Let's get our tickets for the aquarium today. They might sell out fast.
I'm looking at the website now. They have a basic ticket and one that includes a dolphin show.
The dolphin show sounds fun. What do you think?
We might not have enough time to see everything if we watch the show, though.
I guess you're right. The basic ticket lets us see all the main exhibits anyway.
I'll book it now. We can always come back for the dolphin show another time.
Sounds good. I'm really excited for this.
All right, so yes, if you're visiting a place that is popular to go to, like an aquarium, a zoo, a museum, whatever, you might want to buy your tickets in advance. This will save you the trouble of waiting in line or, you know, getting in later than you want. And so that's what we're going to be doing here, buying aquarium tickets. What's going on? Amy and Ben are discussing which aquarium tickets to buy. They might have the family package. They might have a cheaper one there you go in later in the day so you don't get to spend so much time, but you'll save some money. Let's find out about all of these options that they're looking at.
Yes, and so then Amy says, let's get our tickets for the aquarium today. They might sell out fast.
True.
And that can happen, especially, I think around COVID time, some of the bigger aquariums also had time frames that you were allowed to like go in.
Not so many people at once.
Yeah, and so sometimes the tickets are kind of spread out like that. And I think it's still like that in some places. So tickets might sell out fast. And if something sells out, it basically means that there is no more left of that thing to buy. They were selling something, they were selling an item or a product or whatever, and now they have nothing left in their store. You can't buy it anymore because they don't have it. It's sold out. So to sell out.
There you go. They don't have any more and you'll be sad. So Ben says, I'm looking at the website now. So he's online checking out the aquarium website. Of course, all this information is available. You don't have to go there. You can do it the day before or even weeks before you go, so it's very convenient. What does he find out? He says they have a basic ticket, so that will probably just get you into the aquarium. that's it. And one that includes a dolphin show. Ooh. So not only will you get to see the fish in the aquarium, they'll have a seat for you at a certain time to go see a special show with performing dolphins. Dolphins doing tricks, which of course can be very entertaining and it can be fun, but it should be presented in a nice way and not, a way that is mean or cruel to the animals.
Yes, and so then Amy says, the dolphin show sounds fun. What do you think? So she would prefer to have the ticket that included the dolphin show, but she's double checking. Ben, what do you think? Is it okay? Can we get that slightly more expensive ticket to be able to see the show?
And we will find out what they decide after we check in with Hanny.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。这次的对话主题是 Visiting an Aquarium， 参观水族馆。在第一段对话里 ，Amy 和 Ben 正在讨论要买哪一种水族馆门票。Amy 希望今天就把这个水族馆门票买好，因为门票也许很快就会卖光。那她用到 sell out， 可以表达像是演出啊、比赛等等的门票销售一空、卖完售罄的意思。那它的用法会是 something be sold out， 或者是 something sells out。像我们可以说 the tickets sold out within seconds， 就是说门票在几秒之内销售一空。好，那么对话里面的 Ben 他正在看网站，发现有卖基本票，还有包括海豚秀的票。Amy 觉得海豚秀听起来很有趣诶，那我们就回到对话里面来看看他们打算买哪一种票吧。
Okay, we are back. So we're buying some aquarium tickets. Should we get the basic ticket or the ticket with the dolphin show included, which of course will cost a bit more? Ben says we might not have enough time to see everything if we watch the show though. So the show could be, half an hour, 45 minutes, who knows? So he's kind of thinking while we're watching the show, there's all this other cool stuff in the aquarium. We can't go there all day long. We only have 2 hours or something. So we have to choose.
And so then Amy says, I guess you're right. The basic ticket lets us see all the main exhibits anyway. So, okay, we can kind of skip the show so that we can see everything else that there is to see. Because yes, it sounds like they must be on some kind of time crunch or time constraint. They have something to do later. They don't have all day.
All right, so the basic ticket it is. He says, I'll book it now. I'll book it now or I'll buy some now, right? When you book something, it's like reserving something. And of course, if you're doing it online, you might have to pay for it. But basically, I'll get them now. I'll buy them now. We can always come back for the dolphin show another time. Yeah, aquariums, they're not going anywhere. So, in a few months or next year, whenever they feel like looking at some fish again, they can go back and that time they can get the aquarium tickets. Yes, there we used book, you'll notice, as a verb, not as a noun, not I'm reading a book. When you book something, it's like reserving something, doing something ahead of time so that later on when you want to go there or use that thing or see that thing, you are already prepared. You have a ticket, they have your name, you can book a table at a restaurant on a Saturday because it's very busy. Before you go on holiday, you'll book some plane tickets, you'll book a hotel, you might book train tickets, all of these things. If you don't want to be disappointed, you should do it in advance, booking it, reserving it, preparing and paying before you need it.
Yes, and so then Amy says, sounds good. I'm really excited for this. So she's been looking forward to seeing all of the fish in the aquarium, and she's very excited. And we are very excited to see what our teacher Hanny has to say.
Ooh.
水族馆门票有卖基本票，还有包含海豚秀的票。Ben 认为，如果看表演的话，可能就没有足够的时间看完所有展览。Sam 老师这时候有提到 time crunch， 这是表达时间不够、有时间压力的那种意思。那么 crunch 在这边当名词，它有那种短缺啊、不足的语义。老师还用到 time constraint， 这是表达时间限制。那么 constraint 这个名词，它就有限制或是约束的意思。好 ，Amy 想一想，她觉得 Ben 说的对，反正基本票就能让他们看所有主要的展览，之后还是可以再找时间来看海豚秀。那这两个人意见达成一致之后，就要来订票了。文中是用 book 当及物动词去表达预定、预购的意思。好，接回课文中。
All right, that is the first part of the dialogue. So they're off to the aquarium momentarily, probably tomorrow. But for us, it's going to be right after this because we have our second dialogue. After visiting the aquarium, Amy and Ben are discussing their favorite exhibits.
That was amazing. The jellyfish exhibit was fantastic. They seemed so peaceful.
I loved seeing the sharks up close. They looked so powerful when they swam by.
They were scary too. And so much bigger in real life than in pictures.
Yes, we're lucky we were safely behind the glass.
I think the penguins were my favorite. They were all so cute.
They were really funny. It was great to see them slide around on the ice.
Exactly. I could watch them for hours. They're so playful and curious.
Next time, we could go to watch the dolphins.
I agree. Let's do it.
Okay, so we are into part 2 of our dialogue. We've bought our tickets. We are now into the next part, which is talking about the aquarium visit. So that is what we're looking at today. We still have Amy and Ben, and they are just going to talk about what they want to see and what they like and all that kind of stuff.
So that's right. This is after their trip to the aquarium. They've been there, they've enjoyed themselves, and now as they're leaving or, having a chat and a coffee after at the end of the day, it says after visiting the aquarium, Amy and Ben are discussing their favorite exhibits. When you see a movie, see a play, see a show, go to a museum, whatever, it's nice to talk about what you saw. What did you like? I like this. Did you like that? That kind of thing.
Yes, and so here we have this word exhibit, and this is a noun, and it is basically anything that you would see inside of a museum or an aquarium or a zoo. So any kind of category of certain objects within that place. So for example, if you were at an aquarium, you might see the stingray exhibit, which is the part that you might be able to actually touch the stingrays, or you're gonna move over and see the saltwater fish exhibit, or the freshwater fish exhibit, or the dolphin exhibit. And so you can use this word in aquariums, museums, zoos, all these kinds of things where there might be lots of different objects on display for everyone to see. And our example sentence says, we took photos at the butterfly exhibit. So maybe within the zoo, there's an area with all the butterflies flying around, and they went in and they took pictures.
All right, so they're having a good little chat about all the interesting things that they saw, and Amy kicks it off.
Yes, and she says, that was amazing. That trip to the aquarium was great, amazing, wonderful. And she says, the jellyfish exhibit was fantastic. They seemed so peaceful. And yes, if you ever see the jellyfish exhibit, like for example at X Park, they do. They kind of just float around and look really peaceful.
Yeah, very relaxing and amazing. Some of these animals, they really are very unusual, very incredible, almost like aliens from a science fiction film or something. But if something is just really fun and wonderful and great, another way of saying that it's fun and wonderful and great is to say it was amazing. What an amazing movie. What an amazing holiday. That was an amazing bowl of soup. I've never had soup that's so delicious. So it's just really a way of saying really, really good. It can be something that totally blows your mind and you don't believe what you're seeing, but we often just use it in a way of saying really good, really great. I enjoyed it a lot. For example, the view from the mountain was amazing. It was fantastic. It was wonderful. It was really super awesome. And back to Ben. He says, I loved seeing the sharks up close. Ooh, sharks can be exciting to see in an aquarium. Of course, you're nice and safe. They're behind glass. You're over here. They can't eat you. And usually sharks are quite small. In fact, most sharks, of course, will never hurt a person. But still, seeing a scary fish like that up close can be very, very fun. He says they looked so powerful when they swam by. You can see their teeth. Yeah, they're very fun to see.
Yes, and so then Amy says they were scary too, and so much bigger in real life than in pictures. And yes, if they have some of like the the big sharks out there, then yeah, they might be kind of scary and they might be really gigantic. And so we had this word scary, and that's just an adjective that means that something makes you feel afraid or makes you feel fear. So when you look at it, you feel uneasy and a little bit like, I don't want it to hurt me. So you think that that thing is scary. And an example sentence says, the big earthquake last night was scary. So it was a really big earthquake and you felt nervous and afraid and just, what should I do? And then it was over, because usually they don't last too long. So then you're kind of like, okay, gotta go back to sleep, not feel too scared.
Absolutely. And Ben says yes, he agrees. They were kind of scary and bigger in real life, so he agrees with all that. And then he adds, yes, we're lucky we were safely behind the glass. Yeah, it would be very scary to see a shark in the ocean when you're swimming around and there's no glass in front of you. I think the shark's happy too, because the shark's got water to breathe, and we're dry and we can't eat each other, and so everyone's happy in this situation, including our best friend Hanny.
在第二段对话里 ，Amy 和 Ben 已经看完水族馆了，他们在讨论自己最喜欢的展览。Amy 觉得水母展很精彩，那么 Ben 则是喜欢近距离的观赏鲨鱼。他们游过去的时候看起来很有力量，可是 Amy 也觉得鲨鱼很可怕，本尊比照片上大很多诶。幸好他们是隔着玻璃安全的观赏。好，单字 exhibit 它当名词可以指展览、展览会或是展示。Sam 老师有提到烘鱼展，那老师提到 stingray 就是烘鱼的意思，还有用到 category 这个名词 category category 它表示种类或类别。下一个单字 amazing 是形容非常好的、令人惊叹的或是惊人的。Mike 老师有提到 awesome 这个字 awesome， 那它也可以形容很棒的、令人惊叹的。老师还有用 blow one's mind， 它表示使某人惊讶、震惊。老师提到说有一些生物令人惊叹，就好像科幻电影里面的外星生物，这时候用到 alien， alien 它可以指外星人或是外星生物。那下一个单字 scary 它是形容可怕的、恐怖的。我们接着回课文中。
All right, so we are back, and so they're continuing to talk about what they think is interesting and fun and what they enjoyed, and Amy says, I think the penguins were my favorite. They were all so cute. And yeah, I think actually every time I go to the aquarium, I kind of forget that they've got penguins, but they're really fun to see.
Sometimes, yeah, they have animals that live in the water that aren't necessarily fish. Otters, seals, penguins, things like that. So yeah, the penguins, of course, are a very popular exhibit in the zoo. People love the penguins, and Ben says they were really funny. They're waddling around, doing what penguins do. It was great to see them slide around on the ice. So they're just doing what penguins do. But yeah, penguins are just one of those animals that people love to watch.
Yes, and so Amy says, exactly. I could watch them for hours. They're so playful and curious. I think the last time I went to the aquarium, though, a lot of the penguins were sleeping.
Really?
All huddled together with their heads all twisted weird, and they're just sleeping.
I guess they were playing a lot earlier in the day, and now they're taking a nap. Because when you're playful, you are full of play. You are active, you are having fun, you are doing things that seem very, very entertaining and things that you enjoy. So little kittens can be very playful, little puppies can be very playful. They have a lot of energy and they love to play. As animals and people get older, they might be a little bit less playful because, gosh, they're just tired all the time. But you can also feel playful when you're with your friends on the weekend. You have energy, you're in a good mood, and you want to have a good mood and spread that around. You are playful. Here's Tina. Tina's cat is always playful in the morning. So the cat's kind of running around and chasing its tail and doing all that. Then in the afternoon, it sleeps. It just sleeps. Nothing else. Back to Ben. He says next time we could go to watch the dolphins. Remember that dolphin show? They didn't get the tickets, but this time it seems that they saw most of the things in the aquarium. So yeah, next time they might want to watch the dolphins.
Yep, and Amy says, I agree, let's do it. So she does want to see the dolphins next time.
All right, well, we don't have a dolphin show for you guys. We are very unfortunate in that way. But let's go over to Hanny. I think she can balance a ball on her nose, so it's almost as good.
我才不会用鼻子顶球嘞。Mike 老师应该是要讲像这些海豹、海狮这些动物吧？我们来补充一下，老师刚刚有提到 seal 就是海豹，还有提到 otter 是水獭。那对话里面 Ben 和 Amy 聊到企鹅很活泼、很可爱、很搞笑，在冰上滑来滑去很逗趣。那单字 playful 就可以形容活泼的、爱玩的或是逗趣的。Sam 老师聊到说，他上一次去水族馆看企鹅，他们是聚在一起睡觉，然后头还呈现那种奇怪的扭曲角度。老师用到 huddle 这个动词 huddle， huddle 可以表达挤在一起、聚集在一起或者缩成一团。那我们接回到课文中。
Okay, that's all the time we have. So we hope you guys can get yourselves off to an aquarium sometime soon. You get to see lots of fish and learn amazing facts about the ocean. Oceans that, of course, we should all be trying to protect for the future. Take care of yourselves, each other, and the creatures of the great blue seas. And we'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Amy and Ben are discussing which aquarium tickets to buy.
Let's get our tickets for the aquarium today. They might sell out fast.
I'm looking at the website now. They have a basic ticket and one that includes a dolphin show.
The dolphin show sounds fun. What do you think?
We might not have enough time to see everything if we watch the show, though.
I guess you're right. The basic ticket lets us see all the main exhibits anyway.
I'll book it now. We can always come back for the dolphin show another time.
Sounds good. I'm really excited for this.
After visiting the aquarium, Amy and Ben are discussing their favorite exhibits.
That was amazing. The jellyfish exhibit was fantastic. They seemed so peaceful.
I loved seeing the sharks up close. They looked so powerful when they swam by.
They were scary too. And so much bigger in real life than in pictures.
Yes, we're lucky we were safely behind the glass.
I think the penguins were my favorite. They were all so cute.
They were really funny. It was great to see them slide around on the ice.
Exactly. I could watch them for hours. They're so playful and curious.
Next time, we could go to watch the dolphins.
I agree. Let's do it.
最后，我们来复习今天课文里的单字。我们学到单字有 exhibit 是名词，表示展览、展览会、展示。Amazing 是形容非常好的、令人惊叹的、惊人的。Scary 是形容可怕的、恐怖的。Playful 是形容活泼的、爱玩的或是逗趣的。好，那以上就是今天的讲解，同学们别走开，马上回来哦。
Time. Yeah.
Hey, Shane. I didn't expect to see you here. It's been a while, hasn't it?
Karen, is that you?
Yeah.
You look snatched.
Snatched? What do you mean? Did somebody steal my stuff?
No. Snatched just means you look amazing. I mean,
Thank you.
you look on point from your hair to your shoes. Everything.
Well, I have been working on my style, and I guess it's paying off.
It's definitely working. You're going to be turning some heads tonight.
Hello, everyone. Today's word is snatched.
Right. Snatched is a slang term that's used to compliment someone for looking exceptionally stylish or having a flawless figure.
It's often used to describe someone who looks so good. It's as if their appearance has been snatched to perfection.
For example, you could say, her makeup at the party last night was snatched.
Or his figure's looking snatched after all those hours at the gym.
Exactly. It's a way of saying that someone looks really put together and fashion forward.
So next time you see someone who looks fabulous, don't hesitate to tell them they're looking snatched.
And that wraps up today's lesson.
We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.